Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Underflow and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, well, welcome anyway. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Paul Breach. There's a lot of controversy around this guy's name, so I'm going to keep this video short and simple, but if you want to see a full in-depth dive of Paul Breach, just let me know in the comments. Paul Breach is somewhere around the age of 45. He could be a little bit younger or he could be a little bit older, but he had a rise to fame when people found out how cringy he could be. Now everybody, let's hold on, let's put the brake on in our car before someone goes, wow, you're just calling him cringy, he's just having a little bit of fun. No, look up what he's known for and it will literally, quite literally say cringe. Now, Paul Breach on TikTok for a very long time, to some people, was just someone that was, a good person to laugh at, joining his live streams for a little bit of goofy time, because he would act a little silly and odd. Now, he was under fire for a long time, but he was never under fire like this until people found out that he got a 16 to 17-year-old girl pregnant when he was 28 years old. Now, off rip, you may be thinking, okay, yeah, that's pretty messed up. That would spark some good controversy, but a lot of people are actually divided on this topic, and some people say it was okay, while some people say, oh my god, he's a predator. Now, I know some of you are sitting there scratching your heads once again going, why would anybody think that's okay? Well, technically, it's within the confines of the law, which means that Paul Breach is allowed to do stuff like that from the place he's from, that being the United Kingdom, since the age of consent there is 16 years old. Now, before we go any further discussing why people would either hate Paul Breach or they would just think, okay, it's legal there, who cares, and they would move on, I feel like I need to show you guys some cringeworthy clips that were the reason that Paul Breach got to be as big as he was.
But, oh, bless you, love. Bless you. Love. Fucking hell. Jacob, thanks for the fight. So much. That is a fucking cracking impression of me, love. How you do that? Oh, Jesus, my love. It's exciting.
I'm going to show you is when someone commented on Paul Breach's live stream. Now, I need to point out that a lot of times he has the comments of the live stream off unless it's like member only. Now, even when the comments are off, he'll still act like he can read things off from the comment section. It's kind of weird, but I mean, as long as he's happy, I guess it's okay. In this clip I'm going to show you, it's going to be someone calling out Paul for sleeping with a 16-year-old girl when he was around the age of 27, and then actually having a child with that 16-year-old girl around the age of like 28 when she was 17.
Excuse me, Paul. What?
How dare you call that normal? You don't like my morals? That's fine. We've stated, you don't like my moral compass. I will get over that. Your opinion on my moral compass isn't going to make my moral compass any different. You can repeat and repeat and repeat.
Now, this is one of the videos of Paul Breach that I mainly had a problem with. He started to go on talking about his moral compass and shit like that, but realistically, when you're 27 to 28 years old talking to a 16-year-old girl, how is that within the range of your moral compass to still qualify you as what you would think a good person? I don't know how he could sit there and ramble on about morality when he was a grown-ass man. Like, take this for instance, that was a 28-year-old man who graduated high school around 10 to 9 to, or possibly even 11 years ago, talking to a 16-year-old girl who is probably ending her sophomore year of high school, just now getting her driver's license. That is fucking insane. That is a massive age gap, and it's completely disgusting. That is a 12-year age gap. I think what Paul lacks of understanding, let's put this in a little bit of perspective for everybody at home so we can all sit down together and understand why this is so morally wrong, although it is technically allowed and legal. When you were 12 years old, Paul, riding around the neighborhood, doing your own thing, she was a fetus. When you were 16 years old, allowed to get your driver's license and, start having fun around the town with your friends, she was 4 years old, not even in kindergarten yet, probably just in preschool. When you were 20 years old, she was 8 years old, meaning, Paul, let's take this a little bit, slow down a little bit, she was probably in the 2nd grade. In no way, shape, or form should that ever really fit on anybody's moral compass. Whenever you're that age, if you were to look at someone that age, you would think that they are a child. Now, Paul, you may be wondering, why would anybody think that's a child? Well, I'm going to tell you because, my views are correct here. The reason we would think that is because that is a fucking child. A 27-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl, and then you go on to get that 16-year-old girl pregnant, and then you also go on to not only say, oh, it's none of your business on the internet what happened in the past, or, oh, that's within my moral compass. You've also had, exchanges online where you just flat out deny it ever happened. Now, I'm extremely busy today, so I don't have time to break down a long series of events and turn it into a long video and do a really in-depth dive of them. But if you want one of those, like if you want me to genuinely go in and make a long documentary style type video, just let me know in the comments. Here's another clip I wanted to show you guys to put a little bit of what he did into perspective.
Paul Breach is so obviously a predator, but here's some evidence to back it up. During a TikTok live, Paul revealed the current age of his child's mother. Keep in mind, Paul is 42 years old, and this led to some people doing some pretty obvious math and coming up with a 10-year age gap. People did some snooping on Paul's Facebook page and came across these photos that were taken in 2008. These photos are of Paul's child's mother, and given that they were taken in 2008, proves that she would have been 17 when she was having his baby. And the now since deleted post of Paul's shows the same woman here, and she would have been 16 or 17 years old at the time when Paul would have been 26 or 27 years old. Now usually when Paul is confronted about this past situation, since it is now out in the open, he usually deflects by saying a joke or straight up denies it. Except for in this situation, where instead of denying or deflecting, he then states that they were in love and spent years together and bought a house together. Since when does domesticating predator behavior make it okay? Now listen, we can all appreciate the jokes and the memes and everybody making fun of this person, but people deserve to know why he is being accused of such acts. And once a predator, always a predator.
Now, that's really all I have to talk about today, because like I said, I'm going to be busy today and I don't have time to make a very well-versed and properly edited video, but I just wanted to give you guys something anyway. Don't expect this to be the last one I make on this guy. I would actually like to make a very in-depth and informative one. I just wanted to get something out today. But yeah, without further ado, that's going to bring us to the end of the video, but one little quick announcement: if you guys have any video ideas, comment them in the comment section, and I guarantee you'll get a heart or a reply, me saying that I'll probably look into it, which I will. Now everybody can, rely on a much better edited and a much more informed video on this man coming soon, but without further ado, I hope everybody has a damn good day, or a damn good night, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video, guys. See ya.